Man, we are live, man. Welcome back to No Excuses.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Man, as always, fat man. Tell the good people at home what to do, man.
Man, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the post notification so you know when we post, man. Keep running us up. Go like and follow the Facebook page. We got No Excuses channel. Run us up, man.
And man, be sure to give these videos the thumbs up on YouTube. It don't take no time out y'all day, man, to press subscribe to the channel, man. We'll greatly appreciate it. Man,
So,
Cap, lot to talk about, man. A lot to talk about. I want to start first with, man, the NFL draft was over the weekend. And before I even get into the NFL draft, man, what I want to say first to start this episode off is I want to give, you know what I'm saying, man, I want to give a shout out, congrats, or whatever words you need to use to, you know what I'm saying, man, express being happy for somebody, man. I want to give shout outs and congratulations, man, to Kobe Bryant and Cam Riley from Evergreen, Alabama.
yeah.
They both signed. They both signed as undrafted free agents. Jacoby Bryant with the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay.
Cam Riley with the New England Patriots.
Patriot.
Man, I'm gonna clap it up for that, man. Let's clap it up for that. Let's clap it up for that, man. Let's clap it up for that. Now I hate that Kobe had to go to the Falcons because now we got to play him twice a year and shit. But nonetheless,
Yeah.
man, that's just the Saints fan to me talking, man. Could not be happier. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, for them dudes, man. I love to see and to know that, man. They from the surrounding area, they show that it can be done.
Yeah.
It can be done, man. Put the work in, keep your head down, man. Focus and work and do what you got to do, and you can get that opportunity.
Yeah.
I don't care about what round you get picked. Do you get the
Yeah.
opportunity? They have been granted the opportunity. I hope they make the most of it, man. I hope they have long, successful careers in the NFL, man. I'm ready to see how it turns out for them. Trust me, I will be paying attention.
Yeah.
We'll be
For
paying
sure.
attention, man. I ain't never liked the Patriots either. You know, I
Yeah.
ain't never liked the goddamn Patriots because everybody know I'm a Brady hater. I don't really like Bill Belichick either. But
Yeah.
we here now, man. It's a new day. Both of them gone. Cam Riley in New England. I might like New England now.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Man, shouts out to them, man. Shouts out to them. Shouts out to the Evergreen, man, for, you know what I'm saying. That's surrounding area. They made it happen. So I felt like we had to start the show off saying that. I can't talk about the draft and not talk about the shit that's the closest to home.
Yeah. For sure.
You know, now to move into some other stuff about the NFL draft. I would like to ask you, man, which teams do you think had the best drafts? Who would you call the winners of the draft?
Man, I like Philly getting on Jahad Campbell. I think he fits in perfectly with them. They just, putting him, adding another piece to what they already got. So I think that was an incredible move. Um, I like, um, I ain't gonna lie, I like our move. I like us getting another receiver. You know what I'm saying? I like what we did, add another receiver, not our receiver. I like what we did. So getting that Matthew Golden, I think that was a good move. Um, Man, there's quite a few of them I like, man. Um, what's another? Um, Damn, thing. I be forgetting the picks and shit. I be forgetting the out of the picks was like who was in the top, like these top 10, like who was the first 10 picks.
All right.
Not
Well,
like
while you think you, I'm rattle off some teams I think absolutely nailed the draft, man. I thought Philadelphia had
yeah,
incredible draft. Jahad Campbell. They get the safety from Texas in the second round that's going to end up replacing
yeah,
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. They get that safety out of Texas. I thought that defensive haul they had, man, was just they get that nose tackle out of Nebraska later in the
Yeah.
draft. Philadelphia had a hell of a draft, man. So I put
Yeah.
Philadelphia up there high on the list. I thought the Carolina Panthers, the
The
division
Panthers.
rival, which you really,
The
I hate to
Panthers.
say this, had a hell
The
of a
Panthers.
draft, man. They get T-Mac in the first round. Later on in the draft, they get Trevor Etienne, running back from Georgia. They get Jimmy Horn Jr., the wide receiver from Colorado. I thought they added a lot of offensive talent. Then they went and got Hunter Renfrow in free agency. So the Panthers are having a very good offseason, man. They actually giving Bryce Young the weapons to work with. So I like what Carolina doing. Who else I thought? I thought the Browns had a good draft. Mason Graham. I ain't gonna get to Shedeur because I'm getting to that later. But Mason Graham, I like how they got that linebacker out of UCLA early in the second round. If I'm not mistaken, I want to say they got Quinshawn Judkins as well, if I'm not mistaken. So I thought the Browns had a good draft, and they got a first round pick for next year from Jacksonville. Jacksonville got the best player in the draft, and Travis Hunter, in my opinion. So I think the Jags had a good draft. Who else had a good draft? Them the ones that stand out. Those are the stand out. I thought Carolina absolutely smoked this draft. I thought Green Bay had a good draft. I like what the Arizona Cardinals did on defense, getting Walter Nolan, getting Will Johnson, the corner from Michigan. I thought they had a good draft. Baltimore, somebody that seems to always have a good draft. They get Malachi Starks, safety from Georgia. Like pick 59 or 60, they get Mike Green, who was viewed as a top 3 edge rusher in this class from Marshall. He dropped so far in the draft. His stock plummeted a bit due to off the field accusations or issues or whatever you want to call it. You can look it up for yourself, whatever. If you need to do research about that. But very talented player coming off the edge from Marshall. I thought they went and got LaJohntay Webster, another wide receiver from Colorado. So I thought Baltimore had a good draft. Baltimore, Carolina, Green Bay, Cleveland, Jacksonville. Let me see. Who else did I think had a good draft? Hold up, man. Because there's somebody else that I thought had a really good draft, too.
See, I don't be knowing how to, I don't be knowing the teams on top of my head. I be, trying to think of it, but it's like, damn, I be forgetting the team on top of my head. I be trying to say and shit.
Oh, yeah, I know who I'm missing. And I thought the Denver Broncos had a sneaky good draft too.
Yeah.
I thought they had a sneaky good draft, man. I think them getting that corner from Texas, pairing him up with Patrick Surtain, that could be the best secondary in football next year.
Yeah.
I thought so. I thought the Broncos had a good draft. Yeah. Losers. Teams I thought didn't do shit in the draft. The Saints.
Yeah, Saints didn't do shit.
New Orleans. My favorite team. Who that nation? Team I cheer for.
Yeah. The Steelers.
The Steelers. I didn't think the Steelers had that great of a draft either. I didn't think the Dolphins did much in the draft.
No,
my thing with the Dolphins is it's already been put out there that they are actively looking to trade Jalen Ramsey. Why not trade him at the draft when you can get more draft capital?
Exactly.
I thought the Dolphins draft was very much mediocre, to be honest. I do like the defensive tackle Kenneth Grant from Michigan, but he was widely viewed as the second best defensive tackle from Michigan because the first one was Mason Graham that went to Cleveland. But I wasn't really impressed with the Miami Dolphins draft. I thought the Falcons getting Jalen Walker with their first pick and then trade back up in the first round to get.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
James Pierce Jr. I thought that was reaching. I'm gonna be honest, I thought it was reaching. So I'm not gonna say I thought the Falcons are losers in the draft. I don't think they won that first round the way I think a lot of people do. But I can sit back and wait to see if I'm wrong about that one. I don't really get the point in taking an edge rusher and then trading back up to take another edge rusher. It's almost like last year when they paid Kirk Cousins all that money, and then in the first round drafted Michael Penix.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it feels like if you was gonna trade back up in the first round, you could have went anywhere else, but that's my opinion.
Yeah.
And that could just be some Falcons hate. I ain't gonna lie. I can't call the Falcons losers in the draft just because they got Kobe Bryant, who I think is absolute to get him after the 7th round is a steal. Go watch that dude tape, man. That dude, that kid from Kansas, Jacoby Bryant, Evergreen, Alabama, can play.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, man, he was like 2 or 3 first team, all defensive Big 12 team. Like he can play, man. That dude can play.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So I thought that was an absolute steal of a pick. So I ain't gonna say the Falcons lost the draft. I thought their first round was very much questionable to me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. The Steelers are losers in this draft to me for this reason. It's obvious they waiting on Aaron Rodgers to sign with them, that's cool. I have no problem with that. But it was because even if you get Aaron Rodgers, you're only getting him for a year. So you have to get a quarterback because your quarterback right now currently is Mason Rudolph. That's just not going to cut it, right? So obviously you need a quarterback. So for them to not take Shedeur at 21, which we all thought they was going to do, at least that was assumed by a lot of people. They did. They ended up taking Derek Harmon, defensive tackle out of Oregon, who's a very good player, by the way. So they went defensive tackle. Not that you got a bad player. You didn't need that.
Yeah, you did.
You didn't need that. So I didn't understand the pick. And then you can't tell me that you was ignoring the fact that you needed a quarterback because later in the 6th round you took Will Howard, national champion from Ohio State quarterback.
Yeah.
So it's clear you were looking to take a quarterback in this draft.
Yeah, I don't get why.
I really did not understand the Steelers' draft strategy. I don't really believe in this whole, we're waiting for next year's class of quarterbacks. I didn't read the list of notable names for next year quarterbacks. I know we think this class here was weak. I'm here to tell y'all right now, man, just preseason, unless these guys just really up their games to another level, unless Arch Manning finna really take off and live up to that Manning name, the names on this list, man, not very impressive. And matter of fact, I want to read some of them out right now before we move on to Shedeur. I want to read out some names, man, some notable names for quarterbacks that will be eligible for the NFL draft a year from now. Hold up, man. Let me pull up the list. I have the list somewhere. Okay, here we go. Arch Manning, Drew Aller, Lenore Sellers, who I like, Garrett Nussmeier, Nico Iamaleava, Cade Klubnik, Sam Levitt, John Mateer, the almighty Carson Beck, Dante Moore, and Malachi Nelson. That list, I'm not really moved by none of those guys. I'll be honest. No. I'm not really moved by anybody. We don't know what Arch Manning is, so I don't understand why the fuck he keeps getting put way up here on these lists. I already see goddamn pages talking about all the Saints next year to tank for Arch Manning. For starters, we don't know if Arch Manning is good or not. And we don't. And the thing about it, he also can stay in college for a whole nother year. So let's pump the brakes on Arch Manning. I saw Drew Aller in that Notre Dame game last year. Yeah, not moved. Garrett Nussmeier, I'm sorry, I'm not moved. The physical traits just don't impress me enough. Cade Klubnik at Clemson. Remember, I predicted him to win the Heisman a couple years ago. He has gotten better throughout his career. Maybe he's a late bloomer. I do think he's a decent quarterback. And somebody like Nico, I'm out. So I'm just out on so many people. I ain't gonna lie. So my point is, I'm not necessarily sure that next year's quarterback class is necessarily just worth waiting on.
Yeah.
Which leads me to the question that everybody wants to know, the meat and potatoes of this episode, why everybody is here and is watching. It's been the main talk of sports all week, man. And I want to know your opinion. I'm telling you, I'm finna pass you the ball. I want you to damn put up as many shots as you can before passing it back to me. But the question was going to read at the bottom is, it is very simple. In your opinion, why did Shedeur slide? Why did Shedeur Sanders end up getting selected by the Cleveland Browns. I got a Browns hat on right now, throwback. Why did Shedeur Sanders get picked by the Browns in the 5th round at pick number 144?
Well, there's many reasons, man. For starters, I want to say, man, shout out to Shedeur, man, getting drafted, them taking a chance, Cleveland taking a chance on it, man. I think the kid is a hell of a player. I think the kid is gonna show up when he get his opportunity to compete for the spot. I think he possibly can win it. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Shedeur, out of the quarterbacks that's listed, that's on the roster right now, I think he better than majority of other quarterbacks that's on the team with him. So I feel like he can, if he go out there and do what he's supposed to do, he'll, you know, get the starting job. You know, well, compete with Flacco for the starting job, whatever the case may be. But anyway, um, I think it's a multitude of reasons, man. I think it's because the way that the Sanders family carry themselves with such, you know, as they say today, so much aura and just they opened up. That's overall confidence that they have in themselves, and the strong personality that they have. They a lot of people say they cocky. I just feel like, man, they confident in themselves. When they walk in the room, they own it. They ain't walking in the room with their head down. They're walking in the room to show that their presence is here. I think a lot of it is they flashy. They wear chains and stuff like that. And I feel like corporate America don't really, want to be associated with that. So I think a lot of that play with it. Play against. Play against them with Shedeur. Um, and then it could be some of Zix probably feel like he ain't that good. You know what I'm saying? I think that can play a factor. But if that's the factor, then quit hiding it. If you don't think the boy that good, just come out and say that. Quit coming up with him having bad interviews with who they said he had a bad interview with
The Giants.
the Giants and coming up with all these different um accusations that y'all putting out on him or whatever. But the thing is, if y'all didn't y'all don't think he that good, just say that. I'd rather y'all say that instead of just spewing all this other bull crap that don't nobody really care to hear about. Because I mean, the interview couldn't have went that freaking bad. Like what he showed up and you know just with a chain on and you know what I'm saying, being himself. I don't understand how that can get you 5th round all the way to the 5th round as a draft pick, and we know Shedeur Sanders is better than half of the quarterbacks that's in that class. I'm just talking about of his contemporaries, and I didn't think this was a very strong quarterback class anyway. But it's a lot of I would take him over a lot of quarterbacks that got picked before him. Like no knock to like Jackson Dart, you know what I'm saying? No knock against shout out Roll Tide, Miro. I probably wouldn't have took him in front of Miro, but I get why they, took Miro because Miro, as far as like athletic ability and high ceiling, I understand from that standpoint. So I can kind of get that one, but the the Dylan Gabriel, come on, man, y'all spitting this man face, picking Dylan Gabriel above Shedeur Sanders. Y'all know that was some bullshit. So I think a lot of it for real, like I say, and then I think it's Dion. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of them got a vendetta against Dion too, because Dion came out and said he didn't want Shedeur playing with certain teams and stuff like that. Which in the same breath, I could say they was wrong for coming out, just saying that, and but at the same time, um, that still shouldn't, bear over the fact that the talent in the tape speak for itself. Shedeur Sanders can ball, man. Like he ain't no scrub. You know what I'm saying? Shedeur Sanders can actually play. I can feel the boy can play, but the boy can actually play, man. You know what I'm saying? And he was getting killed the past 2 years at Colorado. He didn't have a great line, you know what I'm saying? So he did whatever he did with the line he had. I understand he had Travis Hunter, you know what I'm saying? He had some good receivers. I'm not saying he did. I'm not saying he didn't, I mean to say. But he had to make them capable passes. He had to step up in the pocket to make them passes. And a lot of the passes that he threw, hell, he was getting, killed. He had to maneuver and make these passes. Like, you can't just say anybody can just go out there and do that. You know what I'm saying? I hate when people just, oh, he had these players. That's why he did this. Because he had a deep receiving core. No, he had to obviously he had to make the throws and make the plays for them to catch it and put them in the right position to, catch the ball. So, Shedeur, like I said, Shedeur, if you just going off of tape, come on, man, this dude was better than half of the quarterbacks in that class, man. A lot of the stuff with Shedeur was personal. I don't think none of it was business savvy for real. Because if it was business is his tape. And that's what he get paid for, throwing the football. So it was nothing about that. It wasn't nothing to do with business. All of that stuff that they did with Shedeur was personal. They did that to teach him a lesson of, coming in thinking he's bigger than the program, so to say, so to speak. But I don't mind. I'm not mad at Shedeur for being confident in himself, and I kind of like, saying the flashy stuff to him. Think about all your favorite players, man. Most of your favorite players are the best play. I mean, the best players that have never played in these sports are cocky. A lot of them are cocky. You know what I'm saying? So everybody don't carry themselves around being humble and being quiet. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a different neck. Everybody got a different, thing that they do. They got a different style. You know what I'm saying? You got some like a Julio Jones. Julio wasn't flashy. Julio was humble. He was quiet and he did what he did. But you got some that's like Terrell Owens. Terrell Owens, you know what I'm saying? He talked a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? You had some that, you feel me? Like Chad Ochocinco, he was flashy. He talked a lot of junk. You know what I'm saying? But he was good. He backed it up on the field. Hell, Deion Sanders was flashy, but he backed it up on the field. You know what I'm saying? So miss me with all this they being too cocky or they just over conceited and all of it, bro. If they going out here getting the job done, I don't care about all the stuff that y'all are holding against them is personal issues. It's nothing to do with their play. Like, keep it on the play. Damn the personal issues that y'all have in the disdain that y'all have for the Sanders family, because I think a lot of it got to do with them being who they are. They walk in the room and they demand the room. You know what I'm saying? They don't walk in with their heads down and bow down to nobody. And I just think certain people don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, them executives look at that and they turn away from it. You know what I'm saying? And then I think a lot of it too with Deion is they mad because Deion really didn't have to work hard to become a coach and have to go through any type of, like, struggles to be a coach. You know what I'm saying?
Stop right there.
They
Stop right there. Stop right
yeah.
there. I'm gonna let you keep. I just want to stop you right there because I keep hearing that be said, and I'm here to let it be known that is false. Deion coached high school ball in Texas. He coached in JUCO at
Yeah.
Jackson State. Now he got the worst coaching job it was when he took over at Colorado. Keep going. Deion climbed the coaching ranks.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
that, but he did. Not,
yeah,
I'm not saying you. Just people think that.
Yeah, people think that. That's what I'm saying. People think that it was just. People just think it was just given to him. Like, somebody just came to him and said, "Here you go, Deion. You take this job and you ain't got to work for it. Your name just got you where you at in this position." And I just think that's false. You know what I'm saying? But people got that notion that that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of that plays a factor into it too. Like I said, a lot of this stuff is personal issues that they got against these people. It's not business. None of it to me seems like business, because you're not fit to sit up here and tell me you watch Shedeur tape and you watch Jackson Dart and Dylan Gabriel and Miro and all of these guys, you feel me? Shout out, Miro, whatever the case may be. But how you gonna watch all these guys tape? I get that Shedeur is not a great runner, you know what I'm saying? I understand it. But it's a lot of quarterbacks that are great that weren't great runners. You know what I'm saying? It is. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. It's a lot of the list go on. Them just the two I just thought of off the top of my head. But it's a lot of pocket passes that were successful, that had a successful NFL career. You know what I'm saying? There's big names, there's Hall of Famers, first ballot Hall of Famers. So I'm not sure doing not fast. Of course, we know that. You know what I'm saying? For him, honestly, for him to be Sanders and be slow is kind of crazy because Dion ran like a 4.2. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. But as far as just sitting in the pocket, making the right decisions, you know what I'm saying? Checking your doing your check downs and all the stuff that come with playing quarterback. Shedeur Sanders check that box, man. He's all of his stuff come from up here. He might not have all the agilities, like he might not have all the speed and the quickness or nothing like that, but he quick in the mind, man. Like his processing is top tier, man. That boy smart, man. He good in that pocket. You know what I'm saying? He steady in that pocket and he make the right decisions, man. He step up in that pocket and he's a very accurate thrower. You know what I'm saying? I think the boy a ball player, man. I really do. I really do. For people coming out making it seem like Shedeur Sanders can't play, that's why I lose. Like, okay, nigga, Shedeur can play. Like, y'all sitting up here making it seem like this dude just you know what I'm saying, a scrub that, you feel me, he just made it, you know what I'm saying, because his dad. Like, nah, bro, Shedeur can play, man. Shedeur Sanders can play. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of that stuff, like I say, is personal issues that they got with the Sanders family. I'm going to stand on that. I said it on the draft night. A lot of that stuff was personal vendettas that they got against Dion and Shedeur Sanders. All that stuff. That's what I think. I don't think it was none business. I think all that shit was personal. That's my opinion.
Okay. A lot of stuff here, man. A lot of stuff here. Oh, man, if you're tuning in, man, we sure appreciate you watching. Get this video a thumbs up, man. Like, comment, just subscribe to the channel, man. Why did Shedeur Sanders slide to the 5th round of the NFL draft? I'm going to be honest, man. A lot of stuff that you just said, I agree with. I agree with a lot of it. I want to start this off by saying, and I've said it multiple times, so I will reiterate. I said it when football season first ended, that this is not a great quarterback class. If I were drafting, I would take Travis Hunter first overall. I might not pick any of these quarterbacks in the first round. Did I or did I not say that?
Yeah, you said that.
For me, that included Cam Ward. And I like Cam Ward, right?
Yeah.
I didn't view this quarterback class as, let's grab one, because for me, quite honestly, I think too many teams reach on quarterbacks because for some reason we have this odd philosophy that we think the Patrick Mahomes and the Josh Allens and the Lamar Jacksons and the Joe Burrows of the world grow on trees when they don't.
Yeah.
You are far more likely to find a Brock Purdy than you are a Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
That's the fucking reality of this. And nobody wants to admit that.
Exactly.
Nobody ever wants to admit that. Right?
Yeah.
That's number one. So Shedeur not going in the first round didn't shock me because, quite honestly, I didn't think Shedeur was the first round draft pick either. I didn't.
No.
To me, neither was Cam Ward or Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think the gap between Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders is 143 picks.
No.
Cam Ward went number 1. Shedeur went number 144. That's insane to me.
That's insane.
Watch the tape. The tape does not show you 143 players should be selected between these two quarterbacks.
Yeah, exactly.
That's facts, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So, now let's get to why he slid. I think there were multiple errors that took place on both sides of the coin. On Deion and Shedeur behalf, and on the NFL and the GM's behalf. I'm with you. I think a lot of personal stuff, you know what I'm saying, and the Sanders name and the aura rubbing off, rub people the wrong way. I agree with that. That is all a fact. Stay with me. Anybody that's been following me on social media, seeing me talking about this the past 2 or 3 days, probably gonna look at me like I'm crazy when I say I do not think Shedeur Sanders and Deion Sanders are victims in this situation. I don't.
No.
They're not victims because, for starters, Shedeur did get picked, so he is gonna get his chance to play in the NFL.
That's what I'm saying.
What we're not gonna do is, I'm not fixing to be the head of a let's feel sorry for Shedeur Sanders campaign.
No.
I'm not doing that.
No.
I can't say I feel sorry for him. He did get picked.
Yeah.
The problem I have with it is that whenever the season ended, Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward were looked at as the top 2 quarterbacks in this draft the entire offseason. The whole offseason. It was Shedeur and Cam Ward and Shedeur. Some people had Shedeur Sanders over Cam, others had Cam over Shedeur. Believe what you want to, 2020 hindsight. When the season first ended, that's what the board looked like.
Yeah.
So, guess what? With that information, I believe that Shedeur and Deion and company in their camp, they treated this draft process as if Shedeur was a guaranteed top 5, top 10 draft pick. There was no way that he was going to make it past the Pittsburgh Steelers at 21. I do believe that happened.
Yeah.
So, for me, Deion them dropped the ball in that regard.
Yeah.
Maybe y'all should have went to the Senior Bowl. Maybe you should have threw at the combine. Maybe you should have took these interviews that he did so poorly. Maybe he should have did a better interview. I got no problem with that. That's cool. That's fine.
Yeah.
All that's fine to me. I have no problem with all that. You can all say that's fair. Guess what? I'm not going to make this a race thing. I see people doing it. We're not making this a race thing.
No.
And once
it's like 20 starting back quarterback.
Black man playing quarterback in the NFL was rare.
You
didn't see much of it.
Yeah.
That's why we love Michael Vick the way that we do. That's why Cam Newton is viewed with the respect that he looked at with. Also, these are 2 very talented players, by the way. It's the reason why the black quarterback was viewed the way that it was, because there wasn't as many.
Yeah.
Look. Let's do this now. This off the top of my head. I want you to keep counting. It's 32 teams in the NFL, right?
Yeah.
32 teams. I want you to keep counting. Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Jay Daniels, Caleb Williams, Russell Wilson either Russell Wilson or Jameis Winston gonna start for the New York Giants this year.
Yeah.
Geno Smith, Dak Prescott, Kyler Murray, Jordan Love, Justin Fields will start for the Jets this year. Michael Penix Jr. for Atlanta. Where we at now?
12.
Cam Ward for Tennessee.
13 now.
I'm missing somebody. In here. I can't quite think of who it is. What do we count Tua as?
Man, Tua nigga, man.
Tua count.
Yeah. Did you say Bryce?
Bryce Young.
Did you say Bryce? Bryce Young. At 15.
That's damn near half the NFL.
Did you say Kyler Murray?
I said Kyler Murray.
Okay.
I said Dak.
Okay.
Let's start right there. We at 15. If
it's
I
like 15 black quarterbacks.
Literally half the league. Half of 32 is 16.
Exactly.
We're at 15. So there are right now currently, barring injury to anybody that I just named, and I don't think I forgot any of them, there are currently 15 starting black quarterbacks in the NFL. This is not a race thing.
It's not a race thing.
It's not a race thing.
That's why I didn't even bring that up. That's why I didn't even bring that
I
up.
know you did. I've been seeing it online, and I'm tired of we want to play the race. This ain't a race thing. I'm sorry.
No,
I can't get on board with that.
Hell no.
I cannot get on board with that. It's not a race thing. It is too many
No.
niggas playing quarterback now for us to do.
Yeah.
I can't co-sign that one. Now, the problem I have whenever y'all want to talk about his interviewing skills and the way that he carries himself and he comes off as if he's entitled, he's arrogant. That's all fine and dandy. That's all fine and dandy. When the season first ended, he was viewed as a top 2 quarterback in this class along with Cam Ward. And should be telling it was more of a 1A, 1B type situation thing.
Yeah.
As soon as the closer we get to the draft, the most stuff start to come out. Oh man, Dion didn't do him no favors. When Dion had the list of teams that we weren't gonna play for, then it came out that rubbed people the wrong way. Then Dion tried to walk it back. It was a little too late.
Yeah.
A little too late. That's why I'm not finna sit up here and make like Dion get to skate by free in this. I think there's no doubt about it. We have enough evidence in what we've seen through the public eye that Dion has been a great father to goddamn Shedeur. We know that. We can see that plain as day. I think this might be the first big mistake we've seen him make with Shedeur, because I think him being Shedeur unofficial agent didn't help Shedeur. My problem I have is that because y'all took it beyond football, that's where it got personal. Cam Ward going open before Shedeur had no problem with that, because I thought him and Shedeur was neck and neck in a way. Shedeur plays the more pro style ready quarterback, in my opinion.
Yeah,
that's just my opinion. So I might want to say Shedeur over Cam Ward, but Cam Ward, I can see somebody saying Cam Ward's a little more talented. I got a problem with that. Cool.
Yeah.
I give you Cam Ward. I'm not even mad at somebody saying Jalen Milroe has more upside because he's more athletic and physically gifted, and Jalen Milroe can throw the ball better than people give him credit for. Got no problem with that. No problem with that. Right. But at this point, we're not watching the film. As big a Jalen Milroe guy I am, and shout out to Jalen Milroe, man. Roll Tide got picked by the Seattle Seahawks in the 3rd round. Shout out to Jalen Milroe, man. I can't leave my nigga Milroe out of this.
Shout out meal ticket.
Shout out the goddamn meal ticket, man. Even with Milroe, right? The back half of the season for Alabama last year, Milroe has bad tape.
Yeah, he does.
My only argument always has been all that bad tape ain't just because of him, but it's bad tape nonetheless.
Yeah.
So at this point, I know it's not about football no more. It ain't no way you watch Milroe the back half of last year and went, he should be picked before Shedeur Sanders. That is a fucking lie. That's a lie. That is a lie.
Yeah.
One thing, put a pin in now, because I get the Milroe, because Milroe got the athleticism. They call the players like Milroe projects. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Whenever the Giants traded back, when the Steelers didn't take him at 21, and the Giants traded back up to select Jackson Dart, a quarterback that nobody said all last year during the season or anytime during this draft process until right up the week before the draft was better than Shedeur. When they traded up to get Jackson Dart, I said, okay, there's some bullshit going on. This was long before we get to Milroe. Milroe went at 92.
Yeah.
When I am a New Orleans Saints fan. I've been a Saints fan since 2006 because of Reggie Bush.
Mm-hmm.
The Saints took Tyler Shough, the quarterback from Louisville, at pick number 40 over Shedeur Sanders based off what? Because it's not film.
I ain't even say that motherfucking name.
It's not film. It's not film. Let's keep going. The Cleveland Browns took Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd round over Shedeur Sanders, a quarterback that we all know, with much respect to Dylan Gabriel, is not better than Shedeur Sanders. He's just not.
Hell no.
He's not.
No.
I'm not going to sit up here and entertain the argument that he is, because I know he ain't.
No.
I'm just not doing it. He ain't the quarterback that Shedeur is. Cool. Then the Browns turn around and take Shedeur in the 5th round, right after taking Dylan Gabriel
Dylan
in the
Gabriel.
third, they let you know they don't know what the fuck they do. What was the point of that pick?
It didn't make no sense at
So
all.
why didn't you take Shedeur in the third round?
Third round. Yeah. It don't make sense.
And but if this for me, I'm not gonna say it's collusion. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm not even gonna feed as far into the it was a against Dion thing as most people are. I do think that plays a part of it. There's definitely some of that exists. I don't think that was all of it. I think what it came down to was ultimately the way that they went about the draft process rubbed teams the wrong way, and I think they didn't view Shedeur with the talent that obviously he views himself and Dion views him. And I'm somebody that thinks Shedeur a good player. I think Shedeur's a good quarterback. I think Shedeur can be good in the NFL. So I think that Shedeur probably gave off energy as if I'm the best player in this draft. And I think teams watch this tape and you're closer to player 100 than you are number one in this draft.
Yeah.
And I
that's
think
why I
at
say
that point, so now you're looking at whenever you get quarterbacks that get picked third, fourth round, you're generally looked at to be a backup. So now you're in backup quarterback territory. That is how the slide happens, because at this point, nobody wants to draft the Shedeur for stuff that I think is not even his fault. At least the public perception of him right now is that he coming in would be what you call a distraction for no damn reason, because I don't think he did nothing wrong. And I don't think anybody wants the distraction for a backup quarterback. I think that helped him slide in the draft. I don't think that helped his stock at all. But me personally, I think it's some bullshit, because now you seeing people come off and talk about like he can't play. And I think that's wrong. I think it's stupid. And me personally, man, I think it's flat out disrespectful. It's flat out disrespectful for motherfuckers like Tyler Shuck and Dylan Gabriel to get picked in front of him. That let me know, GM, man, y'all don't care about winning.
No.
Y'all do not care about winning.
No.
And at the end of the day, we can have our opinions about it, because real talk, if I'm on a side in this, y'all know, man, I am a Sanders family. I rhyme with them. I'm on the Sanders side of this, but I do see both sides of it. But what has to be said, which is a fact, the NFL, whether it be the general managers, the scouts, maybe some head coaches, offensive coordinators, whomever, did not view Shedeur as a bona fide first round draft pick. Because if they did, it wouldn't have mattered about the chains. It wouldn't have mattered about him flexing the watch after the game. It wouldn't have mattered about the legendary in his draft room all over the wall. None of that would have mattered. They would have took Shedeur in the first round, because, fam, what position gets reached for the most in damn near every NFL draft? Quarterback.
Yeah. The thing, like,
plays quarterback.
That's why I said
they just didn't think he was good enough. I think it started off with they didn't think he was good enough, and then I think the extra stuff that they deem as distraction or cringe-worthy, so to speak, I think that helped towards the slide. And I say it ain't no way hell. That boy should have lasted to the fifth round, man. That's crazy, motherfucker to me.
Yeah.
That boy should have went way for the fifth round.
Way for the
fifth round.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit up here and say, man, I think he was a top 5 pick, because I don't even think that myself. But he should have went way before 144. Shedeur should have went no later than the second round.
Yeah.
No later than the second round. Early third.
Yeah.
I put it to you like this here. Shedeur should have been drafted on day 2, Friday night. At some time.
Yeah.
If Jalen Milroe went at 92, Shedeur should have been around that range.
Yeah.
That's my opinion, man. That's my opinion.
I'm with you. Like I say, if y'all just didn't think the boy was that good, y'all should have just said that, instead of coming up with all other bullshit narratives that y'all trying to push, the agendas that y'all trying to push on these people. Man, stop. Y'all didn't think the boy was that good. Just make a small story short.
That's it.
A short story. Oh, small, man. Small story. Well, a small story.
So we can move into the last segment of the show, man. Because I'm going to be honest. I got to be honest, man. These damn NBA playoffs are heating up. They heating up, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. You got the Lakers and the Nuggets. Not Lakers and the Nuggets. The Lakers and the Timberwolves come on tonight. That Clippers Nuggets game, for as much of it as I saw last night, I thought it was a good one. Jamal Murray went absolutely crazy. The Nuggets won on a putback dunk the other day. That Pistons and Knicks series, man, been physical, looking like 90s basketball. I have thoroughly enjoyed as much of the playoffs as I've seen thus far. The Lakers choked away a tough one the other day in Minnesota. But man, just give me your thoughts on these playoffs so far, man. We already got last night the Bucks got eliminated. Giannis and Tyrese Halliburton daddy got into it. I would go deeper into that, but I'm being honest, man. I ain't really spent no time digging up into that. I'm gonna just say, man, get these niggas daddies off the court, man. We ain't got no room for that.
Yeah.
But the Bucks got eliminated. The Memphis Grizzlies have gotten eliminated. The Orlando Magic have been eliminated, and the Cavs have eliminated the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
But what you think about these playoffs so far, man? You been enjoying them?
Yeah, man. The most interesting one I done seen right now is that Nuggets and Clippers series, man. That's been a wire to wire one up. Except for last night, the Nuggets got off on them last night. But for the most part, it's been a damn good series. They match up way better than I thought they was gonna match up. You know what I'm saying? Um, it got potential to go seven games, but um, Denver can close in LA too now. They do got the capability to close in game six.
They
But
do.
hell of a series. I've enjoyed it very thoroughly. Man, when Jamal Murray gets going like he did last night, they're a very hard team to beat because you know what Joker gonna give you. You know what I'm saying? He a walking triple double. You know he gonna give you every night. So if he get his sidekick involved, you know what time it is with that. So they went out there and do what they always normally do, man. Whenever Jamal Murray have a good game, so um, I think that's the best series right now. This Laker and Timberwolves series, even though it's 3-1, I have enjoyed it though. You know what I'm saying? Just because
They've been
it
good
was
games.
they've been good games,
They've been
and
good
that was
games.
man. He a you know what type of antics he bring, the trash talk that he bring, the greedy play with, just his overall, just the way that he you know what I'm saying, got passion for the game, man. You just have to admire the way that young man goes out there. He, you know, will his team to win and the heart he play with, you know what I'm saying, and just being physical with LeBron. I did like seeing him get physical with LeBron. You know what I'm saying, just to show, you know, Bron that I'm next up type deal. So that's very very exciting to watch. I really haven't really watched the Boston Magic. Boston ended that last night. Um, who else? The Knicks and the Pistons. I think that series is a pretty good series. Um, they forced the game six now, didn't they?
Yep.
Yeah, they forced
Game
the
six
game six.
tomorrow.
I think at this point that could go either way because the Knicks, like I say, the Knicks. I like the Knicks, but the Knicks will choke. They will choke some away. They will choke. You know what I'm saying? But I that series like it's pretty good. But yeah, but the best series that I've seen is definitely the Clippers and the Nuggets. That one is a must see.
Well,
I
man,
watched that whole
you
thing.
know, in whenever we did our first round predictions in that episode, man, we pointed to that Denver Clippers series and said, out of all of them in round one, that's going to be the best one. So I don't think either one of us shocked by that. What I
Yeah,
will say, man, I want to say this about the Lakers, man, is that the Lakers are having trouble closing these games out in the fourth quarter because Luka and LeBron are kind of running out of gas. I mean, the other day,
mm,
man, JJ Redick played them the whole second half. And I'm gonna be
yeah, he
honest, I
did.
kind of understand why he did it. They had a 10-minute lead going into the fourth. They choked it away. But I want to give
Yeah,
a ton of credit to, man. That shit that Ant doing, man, 43 the other day. You know what I'm saying? I think I've been saying for the past couple of years, I've been looking for me a new favorite player. I've been looking at Ant. You know what I'm saying?
And nice, man.
Ant nice, man. I think it's about time to start having the conversation. Ant, that was a top 5 player in this game. It's about time to
Yeah.
start having the conversation. That's just my
Yeah.
opinion. But I mean,
Yeah,
we'll
that nigga.
see. We'll see. But man, as far as the playoffs, man, the Lakers, it's literally do or die. Now you got to win tonight or it's over with. I do think the Lakers win tonight. I think it's tough to get that one in Minnesota for Game 6. I do think they win tonight. If they can win tonight and get Game 6, Game 7 is okay. It's must see.
Yeah.
Game 7 is must see.
Yeah. But I think the Lakers.
See. You got to get through Game 5 and 6 first.
I think the Lakers can make it a series. I think they can.
I don't think that series is completely over.
Because the reason why I say that is like you the touch on what you said. A lot of these games, the Lakers just are not closing out.
Yeah.
The Lakers is taking leads, but they just not keeping the lead. Like they'll be up by 6 or 7 with 2 minutes left and somehow find a way to choke it away. I don't know. It's weird.
Yes.
I don't know. They did that shit with the Nuggets last year or the year before. Yeah, they'll have a good lead and then the Nuggets just find a way to win at the end. I don't. That's what's going on in this series. I'd be like, damn, the Lakers were just up by like 7, and somehow the Timberwolves and took the lead. They up by 2 now. What the hell?
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man, you got anything else to touch on? Any other side notes?
You got any music? I haven't really seen no.
It's so far, man. Honestly, it's been kind of quiet so far in music this year.
Yeah.
It's been kind of quiet. It's been pretty quiet as far as like the big artists dropping.
Yeah.
The big artists dropping. I mean, fun fact, I know this because of Twitter today, that today makes a year ago, Kendrick Lamar dropped Euphoria 1 year ago today.
Oh, damn.
So.
Damn, that shit. That's
kind of that. But as far as, we've been off. I'm off the Kendrick Drake thing. That shit over with me. I can care less about that now. I don't even care to listen to diss songs no more. If one of them come on, I might let it ride, but I'm not. I don't want to relive that. I'm kind of good.
The fans tore me from it, and it just lost its luster.
Yeah,
it lost its luster.
Like whatever now.
You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't say what they said. They got they kicks and they got their shit. Got their shit off.
Like, at this point, who cares, nigga? I still listen to both of them. Whatever.
Yeah.
But I ain't really nothing in music, man. I ain't really got nothing else in sports. I ain't got nothing, man.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh man, well that's gonna wrap up another episode of No Excuses, man. We do thank y'all. We appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. This is No Excuses, and we out.
We out.